Let's bring in Richard Feng, co-founder and CEO of China Broadband Communications, who joins us here at the SGX. Richard, very good morning to you. First of all, just how transformative is 5G going to be for your business?
The 5G it's a big thing happening. It's like 4G brings all these social media, amazing applications, right? We definitely believe 5G will do more in that area. And also for Internet of Things, the IoT, 5G will enable so many amazing things happening, like the autopilot, right? And to the business world, it provides a reliable mobile data connections to our business clients. So it definitely will change the dynamics of the network.
Richard, can you give us your view as to when China will have major 5G availability across multiple cities? Because we've heard some pretty ambitious estimates and aims coming from the government.
I pretty much believe by end of next year, 5G will be available in major cities. And by end of this year, they already announced that in major tier 1 cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou,
right,
in the city center will be fully covered by 5G.
And you think shortly after that, other cities will follow?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I understand you partner with a lot of American companies who are working in China. Obviously, the trade war must complicate things for you. Technology is right at the center of it. So how are your partners faring, and how are you having to adjust your strategy to account for this kind of uncertainty?
Right, so far, I just had a meeting with my partners. We don't see, neither our American partner nor us are seeing any impacts on the companies going to China. And on the other hand, for example, China is further opened up to like auto industry. Tesla just announced they will deliver their first Chinese-made car in January to their customers, right? And also the financial industry, China is further opened up. So we still see opportunities there.
And I'm curious too, as relates to the problems around Huawei with the United States, do you worry that this will hit Huawei in a way that it slows down 6G development, that it slows down even some of the 5G rollout plans they have across the country?
I think for 5G, Huawei is pretty much confident they are ready without American supplies.
Yeah.
And I mean, the technology wise, for the past decades, U.S. in certain ways are restricting technology export to China, and this is nothing new. I mean, when the U.S. government sees this is in the long term is a threat, the technology development of China is a threat to national security, I think that will be there, and it's going to be more tightened control on the technology export. So Huawei needs to get ready for their 6G.
Well, that in mind, do you think it's speeding up the development or the self-sufficiency of these technology products in China then?
No doubt. China has no choice but to go that way, to put more resources, more investment on their self-sufficient technology development.
It's remarkable to me that you say that your American partners are not really feeling any impact from the trade war, and it sounds like they're very confident. Obviously, if they're continuing to invest, that's not going to change going forward. But how can they be so confident when the trade war has taken such unexpected paths in the past?
Yeah, I'm saying so far, for the trade thing, personally, I don't believe it's a biggest challenge between U.S. and China. I mean, they can sort it out in one way or another. U.S. just want a more fair trade. Personally, I think that makes sense. But in the long term, China is the biggest market in the world, and that's all the American big corporates still want to take part of the Chinese market. So I don't see, it's in the long term will impact much.
Once 5G is fully integrated, and let's take China as an example, what does it mean for businesses in terms of productivity? Because for the consumer, it's all very nice to download a movie in a matter of 1 or 2 seconds. But as far as the productivity gains are concerned for companies that have now integrated 5G into their operations, what can they expect, Richard?
So when you look at that, okay, more and more corporates moving their applications cloud. When they move their applications on the cloud, they need the connectivity.
Right.
And 5G is like our SD-WAN product. We tell our customers we can connect you anytime, anywhere. And the mobility, the 5G will enable that. So anywhere, remember this, but the fixed fibers, they have limitations, but 5G can be anywhere, and you have big enough bandwidth to access your cloud.
And what about Europe? And we talked about your U.S. partners, but what are you seeing in terms of European interest in China as so far as it affects your business? And have you noticed any change?
Oh yeah, definitely European is getting stronger. We see more and more European corporates, they are expanding in China. And like for 2019, our biggest network deals are all from European companies.
Oh, so the efforts from the Europeans to
Right.
strengthen ties. We just saw President Macron visit to China recently, and that certainly seems like it was a meeting that moved things forward in terms of their relationship.
Yes, this is part of globalization. When US back off, and European will move forward. Yeah.
So you've seen an increase, would you say, since the trade war really kicked off with the U.S. and China? What I mean by that is, are European corporates actually maybe perhaps getting more favorable terms to do business in China now as a result?
I think so. And also, I mean, for US corporate, I don't see them leaving China, but we do see a bit they are slowing down their expansion or development, and just wait and see what's going to happen.
All right, a really interesting insight. Thank you for joining us this morning, Richard Feng, co-founder and CEO of China Broadband Communications.